share another great resource, reading tips for parents of preschoolers, and I have one also for toddlers. So, if you have a toddler, then skip on through to the toddler page, and this will be for the older ones, the preschool age children. So, reading tips for parents of preschoolers. This is from Color in Colorado. I will also send you the link along with the PDF that you can view, save to your phone or computer, or print off. They have it in Spanish as well. So, this is a great site too for ELL or ESL learners. So, you can also view it in Spanish. So for preschoolers, read early and read often. It's emphasizing how the early years are critical to developing a lifelong love of reading. It's never too early to begin reading to your child. Read together every day. I know a lot of you say that the older siblings read to your younger children, and that is totally great, but it's also important that you read to your child so you can be the teacher as you're reading. Cuddling your child, making sure that they're close, is also a good bonding time as well. Give everything a name. So, this is building your child's vocabulary by talking about interesting words. For example, look at that airplane. Those are the wings of the airplane. Why are they called wings? What else has wings? Birds. You can keep on prompting the child to continue to answer questions about objects. Say how much you enjoy reading. Story time is my favorite time of the day, or are you ready for story time? Maybe you have a specific time before bed that your child likes to be read to, or maybe it's right when they wake up, or maybe it's just whenever you say story time, we're ready for it. Whenever it is, act really excited about it. Read with fun in your voice. So, this is meaning use different voices. If it's a little girl, maybe your voice gets a little bit higher pitched. If it's like an older man, maybe it's low. Angry, happy, show emotions through your voice. It makes it more interesting. Know when to stop. Put the book away if your child loses interest or is having trouble paying attention. If they're walking away, you can just be like, story time's finished, shut the book, and you can try again later. Be interactive, discuss what's happening, point things out in the book on the pages, and ask questions. Especially for the preschoolers, you can talk about colors, you can count objects, relating things to real life. Like if a girl is brushing her teeth in the book, you can talk about when your child brushes her teeth in the book. Reading books again and again, and I know this is a great time since some of you aren't getting out to the libraries, they're just now opening. You might not want to be around shared books, but reading books that you have in your home again and again is totally a great way to continue to them for them to learn. They will start to learn about the book, the beginning, the middle, and the end. It's also okay when if they tend to gravitate towards the same book and bring that to you to read. Don't force another book. If that's their favorite book to read, then I would say read it again. You can talk about writing too. As they're getting older, they're preschoolers, about to go to kindergarten or getting ready to be prepared for real school. You can talk about how we read from left to right and how words are separated by spaces. You can talk about the white part in between the words. That's really neat for them to see. Start seeing clusters of letters and then white, and then cluster of letters and then white. So it's patterns on the actual text of the books. Point print out everywhere when you are driving around at the stop signs, when you're in the grocery store, anywhere you are, you could be like, oh, that's a word. It's okay if they're not reading it, just so that they're noticing letters and that letters together create words. Get your child evaluated. So, seeing your child's pediatrician or doctor or teacher as soon as possible if you have questions about your child's language development, hearing, or sight. So important to the earlier, the better. And so I will post this in the site, in the Remind app for preschoolers, and I will get on to the toddlers. So, this is the parents' tips for toddlers, the younger ones. Being a toddler is all about action, so they're on the move. Every day, it's full of opportunities to engage in conversation and develop language skills. So, talking to your child always, asking questions. Don't expect your toddler to sit still for a book. They need to move. It's okay if they're jumping around or um, shaking their feet or clapping their hands. They can move, but just make sure they're listening. You can grab their attention back by asking them a question about what's on the page, or maybe they can turn the page for you. Recite rhymes, sing songs, and make mistakes. Pause to let your child finish or chant a refrain. So, once your child's familiar with a book or with a rhyme, you could make a mistake and see if they catch on to it. So, if you sing the same song, maybe you sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little, and then you don't say star, you say maybe square. Square? It's not square, mommy, it's star. So, making mistakes and seeing if they can catch on. Choosing engaging books, so books that feature animals, machines, books that spike their interest, detailed illustrations. Those are great books that are interactive for them to participate in reading. Keep it short, simple, and often. Their attention spans are shorter than babies, they say. Look for text that's short. Read a little bit, but read a couple times a day. So if you have a longer book, maybe you start with reading 1 page or 2 pages. That's okay. Put it down and start it again the next time. Encourage play that involves naming, describing, and communicating. So setting up a zoo with stuffed animals, a race with toy cars, anything that you can do. Maybe you're making a fort that you are communicating and creating that imaginary play. Choosing books that describe feelings, experiences, so that they can relate. So, example, if they're getting dressed, if they're eating, where are they visiting? Are they visiting a museum or a neighbor or grandma? Napping, playing, and talk about when they do that stuff, relating what's happening into the book to their life. Asking questions. They love learning about the world. Encourage them to tell you what they think. Play to their favorites. So, again, read their favorite stories again and again and again and again. It's okay to keep reading them. What do they like? Do they like trains? Find a book on trains. Do they like animals? Maybe find books about animals. They're interested in it, and you will see their enthusiasm in it. If they're not having fun reading, if they're not interested, try a different story or try a different time in the day. It's about building positive experiences with the books, not making sure that you're finishing from start to finish. If they're not having fun with it, try 1 page. That is good for you. If the next time it's 1 page again, that is good for you. You don't want to make it an experience that they do not enjoy. I hope this was helpful. Again, I will post the website that I got it from and also a version for you to print or save to your phones. Talk to you soon.